Hello and welcome to the Bold Black Girls Podcast. I'm Aries.
And I am Kim.
Hi, Kim. I gotta
Hi.
wake Kim up, y'all, because she be ready to take naps.
Listen,
I have to catch her so she does not take a nap.
rest is resistance.
I need to start being more energized. I'm gonna start being like the other YouTubers when they be like, boom, boom, come on and join our page and subscribe. Maybe we need some more energy so we can.
We used to have our music, so maybe that's it. I don't
But
know
we
what
got
it
copyrights and
is.
stuff. We
Oh,
can't
yeah,
just be
that's right.
playing it. We need to
forgot.
start doing it for ourselves though. Prior to the podcast, that would be good. But what you been up to? What's going on?
This was more so of like a low key week in terms of like not a lot of physical activity other than my normal.
Because you've been going to the Black owned gym, right?
Yeah, Journey Fit. So,
and where is that located?
In Richardson, Texas.
Journey Fit in Richardson, Texas, y'all.
And so as you get older, especially as women, we need more strength training.
I agree.
And so
Get your core and your lower back.
Girl. And one of my favorite trainers, shout out to LD. He is just amazing.
Ooh.
And it is just great to work around in an environment where people look like you.
Yeah.
Especially with everything that's kind of going on. We need some motivation and inspiration.
You had told me about an incident that happened over there, and somebody had road rage and followed somebody to the gym, and y'all had to come out there like a gang and get them out of there.
Gang.
But what if it wasn't a safe space? Like she pulls up to the gym. Luckily, people like you who are paying attention, like something ain't right. What's going on over here? Some guy gets out the car. He called her a
NB.
NIGGER BITCH and drove off.
And so Kiara and I were both there. So
my blood pressure is going.
That was triggering. That was triggering.
I'm like, just saying it had be having me like,
yes. And she was a young chick, and she stayed in the car because she was just kind of like motioning him to. She didn't want
like
any
going
issue,
about
like,
your business.
Just go. And he was persistent on that. He wanted to make sure she knew how he felt. And so I was like, where did this happen? Because where this place is located, you wouldn't even know that this is a gym, right? So he didn't know where he was following her to.
And then a whole bunch of Negroes came out of there, and he was like,
he got out of there. He definitely followed her off of,
and that is sad. Yeah, and you don't know, people are crazy. Yeah, and he could have had a weapon. She could have had one.
Especially with this new law of the handgun. I mean, I don't know if it's passed yet. I can't remember.
Well, you don't have to have a concealed.
You don't have to have a license for a handgun.
They just making it where we could just be out here like the olden days.
Yep. So,
that road rage is a trip.
It is. And I'm actually pretty glad, to be honest with you, that I don't have to go into an office right now.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, road rage before you get to work, that is
stressful.
Very.
I remember seeing this lady. I was coming off the George Bush turnpike and coming onto the 75, and it was a little traffic. This is like after work when I was up working over there. And this guy, apparently he kept on like tailgating this lady, or he was doing something, and it was not that day for her. And when she got out of the car, this is on the freeway, because it was that much traffic to where we were like back to back, I don't know what he was doing behind her, but she was not happy with him. And literally she took off her shoes and threw them at his windshield.
Oh my gosh.
I think he got scared after that and stopped, because she was just like, good. I was like, dang, people be going through.
Like, she could really have a gun. What if it wasn't a shooting? And what if it was a pistol?
That's why I don't play those games.
Yeah,
because I know people who have had guns pulled on them on the highway over some road rage before, and I'm like, I'm not about to. It's not that serious. I'll be like, go ahead.
Yeah,
pass me cut. By. Yeah,
pass me by.
Cut on in. I don't even care. I had to learn that living out here in Texas, because these folks can't.
So it's not like that in California.
No, we drive fast in California. Out here, people just don't know how to drive. And that part, that's the annoying piece. It'd be like they will come from the right lane, they will come from the left lane all the way across to get off on the exit because they about to miss it. Instead of just going to the next one and going back around, they will do whatever, run stop, like run red lights. It's just, I'm like, oh, I can't. So I had to get over that real quick. I couldn't live in that.
Right. And then I was say the other thing for the week is poor customer service, right?
So bad service.
Yeah. So I ordered a piece of furniture, and they attempted to deliver it. The delivery gentlemen were very unprofessional.
Mm,
Customer service was unprofessional. I'm out here
that's the
just
worst.
adulting and lifing, right? Spending my good hard earned money.
Adulting is hard.
It is. And so, yeah, so I spend my week kind of like fighting customer service.
Trying to get your house together.
Yes, piece by piece.
Lord Jesus, help us,
So,
God.
what about you? What about you? How has your week been?
What did I do this week? I feel like I just be forgetting everything once it's over. I'll be like, what did I do this week? I'm still thinking. Um oh, so this is like some tea kind of, but my ex-husband has a woman now.
Oh,
So
tell
I
us
got to meet
more.
her on Monday. She came over and we sat in the living room and just chatted it up.
Like some
Um
like mature adults.
yeah, me, him, and the boys. They were so it's funny because he said when he walked in, he said, LJ was in the car like, I want to see my mom's emotions.
What do you know about
Right.
emotions,
Because he
right?
always trying to read
Right.
somebody. And he said he told her, my mom is gonna be like, hello, how are you? I said, well,
And that's exactly what you did,
at
right?
least he didn't say I was gonna be like, what the heck going on up here? Who
Right.
the hell are you? You
Right.
know, and all that stuff. Because oh child, I'm the easiest. I always say I'm the easiest ex you'll ever have.
No drama.
I don't want none of that, and I don't want him, you know, so it ain't none of that. Like we're
Right.
good. We have a good relationship. She seemed really nice. Um, so that was cool. I mean, this is a new chapter in our journey. I told her, I said, girl, this must be serious because he ain't never brought nobody over here. So this must be
What?
leading in the right track. So, but it was really good. LJ stayed like poking his head in and out of there. So to see, you know, make sure everything was, see how I was gonna be
Copacetic.
acting.
Nothing
Yeah.
was going down.
Yeah, but it was good. So that was like, oh, okay. I said, that's a new chapter in my book that I'm writing.
I love it. And you handled it well because you're here laughing and smiling.
Yes, it was good. I mean, I trust that he's, you know, gonna pick somebody good for our boys, you know, who's gonna be around the boys and stuff like that. He's not about to pick nobody that's crazy. I hope. But I believe that he would not do that. I mean, we're 8 years removed. So at this point, I will hope you
Yeah, but
pick better. You never know, huh?
some people even 8 years removed, they have some challenges with that. So I
Yeah.
applaud your maturity and that. I mean, you handle it very well.
I feel like if you do the work, you don't have those you move forward. Like we're moving forward. It's now like what do we go for? Because I wanted him to be first anyway, so that when I get mine,
Wouldn't be no problem.
it won't be I'll show you how I want to be treated. And then what I have was we could do the same exact thing for him when he comes. So
It's just interesting, like blended families,
it
right?
is. It's a lot.
It
I feel like
is.
really, I mean, that's why I feel like the design was like, you need to just be with one person, stay with that person. That would be the ideal situation. I obviously that's what I wanted it to be, and never in a million years thought I'd be dating or whatever, like with kids that wasn't their dad, you know, whatever. So it's like you got to learn how to. I come from a blended family situation, so I know all about it. So I feel like what I like the parts that I liked about having a step parent I wanted to represent that as a step parent because I'm a stepmom. You know, he
Right.
has a daughter, and then I'm gonna want whoever my kid's stepmom is to be a good stepmom to them, right? So I'm gonna make sure that I make that process as smooth as possible to somebody who's gonna be around my kids.
Well,
So
you have definitely changed the narrative in terms of, you think, oh, the
baby mama
ex-wife.
drama,
Yes, you think the drama, the bad stepmom, where
right?
you have a great relationship with I don't even like to say stepdaughter, your other daughter, right?
Yeah,
Your other child.
exactly,
And
exactly.
even like from a ex-wife perspective, you have little to no drama. I don't even
Treat people
it's
how you want to be treated. I mean, and it
yes.
takes a lot of internal growth. And where I have a therapist that I work on myself all every 2 weeks. Okay. But it does take a lot. It's about you in that situation. And that's kind of like the book that I'm writing is gonna be focused on really people will probably buy it because they'd be like, help me figure out how to fix the person. And it's
Listen,
not. The
I wish I
person
had a
is
book
you.
and a therapist.
Because the person is you though. Like you have to totally work on what you want to be in this. What is your part going to be when your kids look back on how their life went in this situation?
Yeah.
how are they going to see you as a parent? I was like, I don't want my boys looking back at me like my mom made it so hard for my dad, and she was just such a,
Right.
she was not a good, you know,
That's
ex.
true.
Like I want them to just see me handle everything with grace and do it well and purpose. Like it's not like I'm faking it, you know, like for
Intentional
real.
and authentically.
Yeah, and they will see that and something they can gain out of that experience, right? But if you give off ugly, you're gonna get ugly back. So
Reaping what you
I
sow.
don't got, I don't want it. So I told her, I was like, girl, if you need anything, let me know. And like all is well.
I
So
love it.
yeah, it was really good. I really felt
You were proud of yourself?
I was proud of myself. I was more so proud of him. He came to me respectfully to let me know that he was in a relationship. He came to me and offered like, hey, you want to come out with to us to dinner, or you want me to whatever, like I'm gonna have her around the boys, I want you to meet her. Like you don't have to do that. You could have just been like, this is my business, mind yours. You know.
Right.
But it showed a lot of maturity on his part to share that with me and allow me the opportunity to meet her. So
And we
I was
probably
like,
need
come on,
more of
growth.
that. We need more of that. And
Yeah.
just with the whole blended family type, I'm not even going to say black community because they're all communities
Period. It's
have
everybody,
blended.
girl.
So more integration, and just
Right. Integration.
integrate.
But no, because
You don't
it
have to be
really,
best of friends, but to say who is going to be around my
and
child.
it's not gonna be perfect. That's what people
No.
gotta, it's never gonna be like this is I mean, you can have great co-parenting and still stuff don't be all the way perfect.
Right.
That's okay. It's a part of it. But to try to build a partnership with someone you're no longer in a relationship with that way, it's not easy. So it takes time and a lot of nurturing.
Wow.
So yeah,
I commend you. I wish I had that book. I wish I
because
had a
I want
therapist when I was going
you
through all of
look,
this.
we're gonna be giving them out to everybody by the time I get done with it. But I think that's really why I wanted to write something, because I'm like, this is so common. You know, if 50% plus of marriages end in divorce, how many of those had children involved? How many are not in on good terms afterwards? And it just creates really a bad experience for the kids more than anything. So that's was my highlight of the week. I probably had something else, but I can't think right now.
Well,
Oh,
that right there was it.
yes, it was.
So, what has transpired this week is the CDC has altered the guidelines for the mask, right?
Y'all, they said y'all can go outside if you're vaccinated. You can go outside with no mask. I really feel like they're just trying to incentivize people to go get vaccinated.
Yeah, but how do you verify and confirm and validate who is vaccinated?
You can,
It's a trust and honor system.
and we can't do that.
And no, we cannot.
So
So, hence, therefore, I will be continuing to wear my
get your mask
mask.
out.
I've already ordered 100. And I keep them very close, readily available. In fact, when we flew to Mexico, I just knew I was like, you know what? If I'm on a plane anytime,
I'm gonna have a mask
I'm
on the
always gonna wear a
plane.
mask.
From this point forward, I'm gonna be looking just like we were looking at all the other people out there who was wearing masks, and we'd be like, they so extra back
Yes.
before COVID time. I'm gonna be those people.
Yep.
We
Yep.
all gonna be like,
And I actually like the mask because I do not have a poker face.
mm.
So it will help. Yes,
they be
exactly.
they be coughing on the plane and stuff.
So I was like, I am that. I think I'm like, did we have? I think I had on maybe two masks, and you had on your
Yeah,
N95.
I had to as well though.
Oh, okay. I can remember.
Um, but yeah, so I don't know how I feel about what the CDC. I'm like, y'all are really losing credibility right now by just going flipping flopping all over the place.
Well, it's going to be very interesting over the next couple of weeks to see if cases increase.
It will. They be like, we don't need no mask. And all that's gonna do is make the anti-maskers be ready to be like, oh, why I got the CDC said now you want to listen to the
Exactly.
CDC. You didn't want to listen to
Exactly.
them when they told you but to put a mask on, but now you're gonna want to listen to one because they telling you not to. We're just so backwards. But y'all, Kim exposed me to something. Not the coronavirus, but there's this restaurant. They're not sponsoring us, but I'm still gonna say their name. Called Salad and Go in Plano. And Ramadan, the salads are what, $5.34.
It's five. I would say 5.50. Okay,
Okay, five, and they're huge
and I'm talking about the
and
good lettuce.
quality. It ain't iceberg lettuce. So she was like, "Girl, I got this salad and blah blah." I'm like, "Okay." I look on the website, look good. So she comes over with the salad today, and I'm like, "This is humongous." I ate like a third of that salad, and I was
Yes,
full. And
because
I'm
we
like,
remember yesterday when we were talking, I was like, I'm gonna go eat the other half of that salad. I went and got a facial, right? So I during the pandemic, once things kind of opened up, this esthetician that I've been knowing for a very long time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start getting monthly facials, right? And I was like, okay, I got this facial. I don't want to eat fried chicken because that's not good for my skin. Right. So I'm
exactly.
like, I need something healthy, right? So I was like, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this place I need to try.
And
Drive
it's
through.
drive
You don't
through.
have to get out.
And all they okay, so they have salads, they have soup, and they
They have a
have
breakfast, like a small breakfast menu.
breakfast burritos or something
Yeah.
like that. But I'm like, this salad, first of all, it was just fresh.
You could tell the quality
You
was
can't.
just
I kept laughing. So one of my friends, a guy friend of mine, he said, "Black women, y'all are hilarious." He was like, "As soon as y'all start making six figures, y'all all organic and everything." Y'all get that six figures and y'all talking about, I want organic this, organic that. I said, yeah, Kim said she want her food like she like her men.
organic. Because there's
I
a lot
said,
of them walking around here with that pesticide.
yeah, I don't be liking that iceberg lettuce.
I can't stand. Listen, not even on my taco. Don't put that iceberg on there.
But I told him, I said, because we couldn't afford that beforehand. It
True.
felt like, when you're I hear it all the time. Like my mom is the first one because she'd be bringing stuff over here all the time. She dropping fruit. I'm like, girl, we don't, conventional. She's like, I'm like, we do organic. She's like, girl, ain't nobody paying for all that. And I'm like, there is a reason why it's like that. So she be trying to come be nice and bring the boys like fruit and stuff, and I'll be like, she's like, I ain't paying for all that organic. But that's when you can't pay for it. A lot of times you'd be like, that's too much.
Right. Well, and if you really think about it, let's quantify that, right? You have diabetes and you need this medicine, right? Your medicine prescription is $100 and some a month.
You could have got you some organic chicken.
You could have got you some organic. And really, it's like you don't need a lot of chicken
It
anyway.
don't be that expensive
It's
though,
really
y'all.
not.
Seriously. Like I don't know what other people's groceries are, and I don't spend a whole lot on groceries.
I do not either.
And y'all better quit playing with Sprouts. I don't leave out of there. I'll leave out with about 50 something dollars. And I got a whole bunch of stuff that I could eat on.
Listen, the lady who was checking me out, she was like, "Wow, you did really good for this price." And listen, my little trips to Whole Food are just absolutely joy.
They are. I like Whole Foods. I just like the experience of
I
Whole
guess that's
Foods.
what it
But
is. And honestly, I mean, we've had this conversation before,
I
like
know.
about you, like I don't know why you don't go to Walmart. You would just pass Walmart and go to Target. There, it's just an
It's an
experience.
experience. Yeah.
It's the experience. Like for instance, Target, I could do a Target pickup for one item. Walmart requires you to have a minimum purchase of like 25 or
I
35
think they
dollars.
are changing that now. I think they might have changed that now because I have bought stuff that was not that. But anyway, we're not about to go down this route because
Okay,
ain't none of these people giving
sponsoring.
us no money. But anyway, the salad and go was the bomb. I loved. I said, "Girl, this is a good healthy alternative to fast food, though. Like I could go there with $10 and get soup, salad, and a drink. Drinks are like $1.
The drinks are $1.
So I'm like, this is everything
And I discovered it on the lovely TikTok.
on TikTok. Look at TikTok helping us out with something healthy.
TikTok comes through. I
It
love the
does.
creativity of TikTok, right? And
Yeah.
I know everybody has their opinions about different subjects and things, but what's on my coming through my For You page or whatnot, I'm enjoying it.
They got you customized,
I
girl.
swear.
Because they got all the ones where, well, black men need to step up. She get all those videos.
I'm like,
Why
eating
black
my
women out here
salad.
doing all this and that.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's funny. And speaking of black women, we didn't get to talk about this last week because we was on a rant about our spiritual wellness and mental wellness and stuff. But the SWV and Escape versus, did y'all watch that? Because
Yes.
did you? I made
Wait,
Kim speed watch it,
she did.
but I was like, I'm sorry, SWV just is the group. Like
They were. And which one had on the shorts with the boots? Girl,
we
I am over here. After I saw that,
Taj,
I am re-inspired. You should have seen me in the gym this
her
week.
legs looked
Fire.
amazing.
Fire.
I was
They
like,
all,
more
to be honest with you,
squats.
they all look great for their age.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was funny because they were like casual and Escape came with their whole like
Girl, it was
fancy
hilarious.
outfits.
I was like, okay, was it the I'm not gonna say bedazzled.
Yeah,
The
the sequins.
sequence.
Yeah. And Tiny, I want us to stop working on our bodies as hard as far as the I don't like to shame people for getting work done, but I feel like some of the work is too much.
Okay.
It just be looking like I want you just you could be you look good. Like you don't have to do all that extra stuff. I just hate when we feel like we gotta go over the top for the way the culture because it'd be that culture body. It's that body that everybody got the same body.
That's what she
And
said
that
on
part,
TikTok. That's what the girl said on TikTok,
did she
girl.
say that?
She
See, I
said,
need to
why everybody in here got the same shape?
because they're trying to meet up to some standard. And that's the part I feel like is more on my mind about it. It ain't about, like I said, it's not about shaming because hey, if I need to get a tummy tuck, a mama's getting a tummy tuck, okay?
Right.
But it's just like that look of, you trying to make it like you are not that Barbie doll look ain't realistic. Like you have a waist. Like I want a waist, but not, you know,
Right.
whatever. So anyway, it was just a lot of that. But I just totally feel like Coco, there was a point she said that she had saw somebody get shot outside of her hotel room. That's why at the beginning of the show she was kind of off.
What?
Because I was giving her the hard time in the beginning. I'm like, what the heck? She got an attitude. Da, da, da. You don't be knowing what people going through. And
Oh
she
my
was in her hotel
gosh.
room. She had a whole like anxiety attack or panic attack or something in when she got to the thing. So she was trying to come out and get her life together.
Oh my gosh.
But once they did the little intermission,
She got it
she
together.
went and changed clothes, got comfortable, and she showed them why SWV is the premier girl group. Because she got in Coco mode. I said, I feel like Escape came with their songs that they have that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about these songs that I liked, but they were not like Coco comes out the gates with that voice. Like you can't hit them
Yeah.
notes, like so she just I feel like her spirit of competition kind of came out as well because she probably looked in the chat and saw what we were saying because I was also
Right.
like, mm-mm. And she's like, okay, we can't go out like that. We got to fix this. And when I say they put on a whole SWV concert, I was like,
They really
yes.
did. They
It
really did.
went, they had dance moves and stuff. It was like,
Girl, and I
you're the
just
one
love
for
they were
me.
casual and they were just bringing it. Mind you, they escaped in their Sunday best, looking
Yes,
uptight.
they did. It was awkward at first. And I'm like, Candy was trying. She was like, are y'all too far away? I feel like we need to do this. And I'm like, it wasn't clicking. I don't know why it wasn't clicking, but it kind of ended up getting there at the end. Like they gave Coco sang on one of their songs, like hit one of the little notes. But it was still beautiful though. Like that straight 90s, it just was amazing. I loved it. I loved it because I'm a 90s R&B type of chick.
So are you that one? You want that 90s R&B love?
I want that 90s R&B love for sure. I love 90s R&B. So yeah, it was one for the books. I wish it would have started off better. I mean, afterward when we figured out what was going on, um, you're like, okay. But I kind of was like anticipating a little bit more.
And it
But
goes back to what we talk about grace, giving people grace because
exactly. You don't
you
know
don't
what
know
they
what's
got
been
going
going on.
on. Exactly. Couple of things that happened this week. There was some Black Girl Magic news with Felicia Rashad. She is the new dean of fine arts
At Howard
and
University, the real HU.
yes. What was it called? Let me see. It's called the College of Fine Arts. I said, well, you better go ahead and get your
And
job on,
she
honey.
is 72.
She looks amazing too.
71, 72. So I'm like, wow, she's still that sharp.
Yes. She said, I'm going to remodel. We're going to revise. We're going to put the programs together. We're going to do some
And
fundraising.
I bet you she's going to get the funding that she needs just because of
Who
who
she
she
is.
is.
Yes. So that was awesome. I was really excited to hear that.
that was a smart move by
I
Howard.
said, "Come on, Hillman."
You so silly.
But yeah, so that was
And do
exciting.
you know I watch the Cosby Show pretty much every morning?
Do you? You rewatching?
I mean, it's on. I turn it on.
Yeah.
I watch the
I
new
got Marvin
ones.
into it. We got to get back into it though, 'cause I just feel like that was just a good like show. I know people like because everything with Bill Cosby, they're kind of like, no Cosby. I'm like, well, I'm watching the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show is getting watched. I'm sorry, y'all can.
I watch it.
I'm watching it. In a different world, of course. You know, I think they just had like an anniversary or something. That was a
It's
show.
one of the days.
Yeah. And did you see now correlation? The new Black Lady sketch show, their
Yes.
intro is the intro from A Different World. They played on that. You know how they walked into the different rooms and it was
Yes.
different colors and a different,
Yes.
so they play on that scene
I'm gonna
as
go
their
home and
intro
watch it. I
to
was
the
watching
episodes.
Netflix for the first time in a long time. Because
Hmm.
I don't watch a lot of television. I
Yes.
do more sleeping and resting. And so there was a new one. I think it's a new show with Mike Epps, Wanda Sykes, and Kim Fields.
Hmm. What is it
And
called?
the Upshaws, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a small little quick sitcom.
Hmm.
And it was cool, but I mean, I think I shared this with you, especially based on my TikTok feeds.
Yeah.
It just perpetuates what I believe is like the 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 challenges that black women have to go through.
Yeah.
She's in a relationship with her husband, and they've been high school sweethearts or whatever. They have 3 kids together. Well, he has another child that's outside of the marriage.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, and here she is struggling, trying to, have enough income for the home, trying to go back to
Why is she
school.
struggling?
They
Oh,
just
because he don't have a good
struggling.
job.
He they own an auto shop, but the auto shop is like, it's
Hmm.
entrepreneur. So sometimes guess it's based off of business. And I was just like, I like the sitcom because of the little humor in the sitcom.
Right.
But at the same time, it was like that is our sometimes a normal for black women is that we are pulling the weight even in a marriage, right?
Mm.
That
Yes.
that's the part. And I'm like, okay, we struggle as single women, but if you're married, you would expect that
Lightens the load.
yeah, and it didn't seem like her load was lightened.
And it's like what'll happen is, the brothers will give us a hard time if we're not ready to ride or die with them. Like, oh, we building, we building. Well, I'm just saying. So yeah, I feel you on that because it does get played, and I'm like, we were talking about Ready to Love. We do a recap show, so go check that out if y'all are listening, on YouTube. And we were kind of talking about one of the ladies on the show who was saying, she has 3 kids. She's a single mom. She's doing her thing. She's whatever. One of the guys that she's dating, he has 2 kids. They're twins. He's a single dad. Their mom passed away. He's doing his thing. They are a great match. We want them to end up each other.
Yes.
But she went on a date with this other guy and he asked her, like, what do you want in a man? And she was like, I want a leader, like somebody who'll take care of their household, who's just a man, basically. And he was like, well, what exactly does that mean as a man? Which I told Kim, I said, as soon as he started asking that question, he ain't ready to be one. He's not one and he
Exactly.
ain't ready to be one. And he said, some women, they think a leader is um somebody who pays the bills and da da da. It's like that's the first thing that come out of his mouth. And I'm like, she said, I don't need that. I've been doing that,
Right.
but it would be nice to have someone that comes in and lighten the load. Why would I need to do that by myself if I have someone? And that is the same. That's where the saying I can do bad by myself came from. It's like I don't want to have to be out here struggling and I got you too. I mean, come on. What good are you?
Girl. And it was just it was sad because I'm like, okay, man, people are watching this, right? And they think that's the norm,
Right.
right? And so I'm just like,
I want to see the show where the
I
man is the one doing it and then
and
she's
yes, and he was
working
not
her way through school or something.
correct. He was not necessarily she was trying to go to school, right? But he wasn't really leading. It was like not until it was in an uncompromising situation where she's like, get out. Right. Then
Hmm.
he's like, okay, I'm gonna try and do it. Like, why did it have to even go that far?
Because we'll get this thing with the Kevin Samuels and all that, and they try to give black women a hard time about their expectations and all this and that. And oh, well, you need to lose weight if you're gonna be trying to do all that. Like he just tears black women down. And like, I try not to talk negatively about my brothers at all because
Right.
I want them to do better. I just really want us to rise up. and do better. And we
Yes.
have a lot of brothers that are doing great things. Like, and there's always an alternative narrative, right? There's
Right.
always somebody who's doing great and doing what they're supposed to do as a man, and all that. But there's like this common thread that is just kind of out there being perpetuated about like, I don't know. I feel like it's like, because I have a trigger when it comes to a man telling me he don't got it when there's something that we both need to do. Let's say the bill is $20 more this month or $50 more or whatever. And when you're looking to me to be the one to fill in the gap as opposed to you doing it, I'm turned off. Like that's why I didn't like, oh boy from Ready to Love, who was like, I'll fill in the gaps. He was like, wait a minute. I'm like, so when, because I had that happen before, and not with my kids dad, but like previous where it would be like, and we were both struggling. So we both were not making a whole bunch of money, but we're together. So
Right.
there should be at least if we gonna split it, or something. It wasn't even split. You wasn't even trying to split. You was like, well, I ain't got it. I'm like, well, who supposed to get it?
Right.
I don't want to feel like I got to be the one to go get it. If let's say we both don't have it, you as a man, I feel like
Lead the
that's
way to
something that I
getting
do
it.
believe as far as gender roles are concerned, that you need to be the one saying, don't worry, babe, I'm going to take care of this and figure it out. I
Lead the
don't
way.
know. But let me know what I need to do to help contribute. But I can't, like, don't look to me to be that person that fixes it all. Like that's the thing. And then you want to be considered the man and the leader of the. I'll be looking at you like you ain't the man because you ain't even
You didn't lead us to go get
right.
that the remaining that we needed.
Right. And I don't want to look at my man like that. I want to hold you at high regard and respect you and, feel that way. So it's like there are things that we all do to contribute to that piece. And so, yeah, that is definitely one of those things that I don't like about what happens with us, sometimes. So I want us to step up, y'all. We got to step
Yeah,
it up.
I want you to watch that sitcom. Watch it with the boys. I think it would be very good to get their perspective too, because we
Mhm.
also, while we see this, we need to change the narrative. And so when you're watching these shows with your children, that's not okay that he had a child outside of the marriage, right?
Right.
That just further made it complex, right?
Yeah. Added more drama to it.
And it was one of the kids, one of his kids with the wife, they were the same age.
Oh God.
And so they said they called them ghetto twins.
That's what they call ghetto twins.
I,
So,
I didn't even
well,
know
I'm from
that.
the ghetto, so I don't.
I
Ghetto
am
twins
too.
is when your daddy got kids the same age.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, I was like, ghetto twins. Yeah. So I want you to watch that, and I want to get your perspective on that.
That's gonna be the title of this episode.
Ghetto twins.
That's just funny to me because I haven't heard that in so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a sad situation this week with the Crown Act
Here in
in
Texas
Texas, the House
specifically.
bill. It didn't get through the House, but there is a alternative, and I think Tashara, she commented on our page and said what we need to do. So I'm gonna tell y'all what she
Reach
said.
out to
Your
our.
senator.
Yep.
So she said, call. Tashara Parker is the news anchor who got all this criticism from having her bun in her buns, her
The
hair
Bun
buns,
Ministry.
the bun ministry. And she basically read everybody their rights when they try to come for her.
Which ended up turning into a
A
segment.
blessing. And for her,
Yes.
she created a segment called Rooted. And she's been really promoting, and she went and spoke on the bill when it reached the House floor. So it didn't pass, but she said, call and email your senator. Let them know how you feel about Senate Bill 77. It is a companion bill filed on behalf of the Crown Act. So we got to try to get this fixed because I'm tired of them messing with our hair. Telling people that their hair is unprofessional, making these girls cut their hair. Did you hear about the girl
Oh,
who had to cut her beads off of her
yeah.
hair?
Was it at baseball?
Yes. And see, Jesus, Lord, help me, God. That stuff, like my gut, I felt it. Like, I'm like, this stuff be pissing me off, y'all. I'm just like,
It's a trigger.
we're the only ones that you're targeting with the hair stuff. You don't care about nobody else's hair but ours. We're the ones with the braids. We're the ones with the locks. We're the ones with the
Mini afro.
afro. Exactly. So chill. Like, get off our hair. Like, why does my crown bother you so much? That is the question that we need to continue to ask. Thank God I don't work in a place that bothers me because
Same.
I'm going to wear my hair how I need to wear my hair. If y'all want to give me some extra money to I still wouldn't do it. But I'm like, shoot, first of all, it costs to get these styles. And I remember like guys who be like, I like your hair straight. I'm like, well, that's great. And
Oh, wow.
I ain't about to straighten it because you like it.
Culture, society.
Right? Be like, I really like your hair straight. You should wear it straight more. You putting some money in my account to go to get my hair done every other week? No. Okay. And even if you was, I still wouldn't do it. Um, I hate when people trying to tell you how to wear your hair. That is not my thing. Was that all we had on our little docket? What do we have on the
Yeah, that
docket
is
today?
really all that we
Um,
had.
yeah. So go call your senators, and we're trying to get this thing passed in every state. We need them to stop. Like, we kind of got to go the legal route because otherwise, people are going to use other stuff to get them um to find ways to discriminate. So it's like you got to fight, in the political sense, to get your rights right down on paper, unfortunately, because people just want to be bothering you and worried about what you're doing with yourself.
You have to
But
go the legal way.
yeah, so it's tiring, but we will hopefully get there. So we just not gonna give up on that because that's just not cool. Anywho, head over to bowblackgirls.com, get your Bow Black Girls t-shirt, get your mug. These mugs are the bomb.
They are
Get a 15 ounce because it's just
so much better.
it's just better. I love a big mug. Just right. And rate and review us, subscribe, like, share, all the things on all the social medias.
And let
And
us know if there are any topics that you want us to cover. Send us an
yeah,
email.
yeah. Hello at bowblackgirls.com. And yeah, we will see y'all and have a bold week. We will check y'all next
Next
time.
week. Peace.